Good morning, dear students. Hope you are all doing good. Today we will continue with The Tempest, Act 3, Scene 2, from where we had left in the last class. In the previous class, children, we had studied the plan that had been outlined by Caliban for murdering Prospero. And we had also studied how he had tried to tempt Stefano so that Stefano would agree to take the revenge on behalf of Caliban by killing Prospero. He had tried to tempt Stefano by telling him that after killing Prospero, he could become the master of this island and Caliban would loyally serve him. And also, he had tempted Stefano by talking about the beauty of Prospero's daughter Miranda and how, after killing Prospero, he could marry Miranda and make Miranda his wife. And he had even described the beauty of Miranda by comparing her beauty with his mother Sycorax, saying that the beauty of Miranda surpassed the beauty of Sycorax, just as the word most beautiful surpassed the word least beautiful. Hearing this description, Stefano says, "Is it brave, alas? Monster, I will kill this man. His daughter and I will be king and queen. Save our graces. And Trinculo and thyself shall be viceroys. Dost thou like the plot, Trinculo?" Now, he says, is she really such a fine girl, such a beautiful girl like you are describing? And if that is so, he says that he will kill this man referring to Prospero. And he says his daughter, meaning Miranda, and myself, meaning Stefano, would be the king and queen of this island. And save our graces means God save our majesty, and Trinculo and thyself meaning Caliban. While Stefano would be the king of the island, Miranda would be the queen, and Trinculo and Caliban would be the viceroys of the king. And then he asked Trinculo if Trinculo had liked the plot that was narrated by Caliban. Trinculo says, "Excellent, that the plan was excellent. Give me thy hand, I'm sorry I beat thee, but while thou livest, keep a good tongue in thy head." Now he gives his hand in friendship once again to Trinculo, and he says he's feeling sorry because he had hit him, he had struck him, but again warns him that as long as he lives, he must remember to keep a civil tongue in his head. That is, Trinculo must speak politely as long as he lives. Then Caliban says, "Within this half hour will he be asleep? Wilt thou destroy him then?" Now he says that in next half an hour, Prospero would be going off to sleep. So he is confirming with Stefano if Stefano will accomplish his plan in next half an hour. On my honor. And he promises, Stefano promises on his honor that yes, he would kill Prospero in next half an hour. "This will I tell my master." Now, Ariel, children, has been present there all this while, and he had been overhearing all the conversation that was taking place between Trinculo, Caliban, and Stefano. So, after hearing this plan, that in next half an hour, Stefano plans to execute the conspiracy against Prospero. He wishes to go and report this to his master, Prospero. Meanwhile, Caliban says, "Thou makest me merry, I am full of pleasure." He's very happy to see that Stefano is ready to kill Prospero. "Let us be jocund." Jocund is, let us be joyful, merry, happy. "Will the troll the catch you taught me but while ere." Now he says, troll the catch means sing that song that has been taught to him just a short while ago. So he's asking Stefano if Stefano would sing that song which he had taught Caliban just a short while ago. At thy request, monster, I will do reason any reason. Come on, Trinculo, let us sing. Now he is so happy that Stephano says that yes, he will sing the song with Caliban. Rather, he would do anything for Caliban which is reasonable. Reasonable means it is within the limit of reason. Come on, Trinculo, let us sing. Flout them, scout them and flout them. Thought is free. That is, defy them, disobey them, defy them. Because no restrictions can be imposed on a man's thought. We are free to say what we like. They're feeling very independent here. That's not the tune. Now, Stefano says that the tune that is being sung by Stefano is not very correct. So Caliban is not finding the tune of Stefano's song correct. And now Ariel starts to play a tune on his tabor and pipe. Now, what is the same? That is what music is this that they hear? Now, Trinculo is very surprised. He says, "This is the tune of our catch played by the picture of nobody." That is, this is the very tune of our song. But this tune is being played by an invisible person. There is no visible body of who plays this tune. So it is being played by a picture of nobody. That is an invisible person or an invisible musician. Now, Stefano is challenging this invisible musician. He says, "If thou beest a man, show thyself in thy likeness. If thou beest a devil, take as thou liest." Now, he says that if you are a man, show yourself in your true form. And if this invisible musician is a devil, then he may come in front of them in any shape that he desires. And this is referring, children, to the popular superstition of the time that, devils could assume any shape they wished. They could come as humans, animals, or any other shape that they wished to transform themselves into. All right. So if the invisible musician was a human being, a man, then he should come in his natural human form. And if it was a devil, then it can assume whatever form, whatever feature he wished to appear in. Just Trinculo says, "Oh, forgive my sins." Now Trinculo is praying before this invisible musician or invisible power, and he is afraid of the supernatural. And later on, Stefano also, presently he was showing that boldness of a drunkard by trying to defy this invisible power. But then he is overwhelmed with this superstition. It affects him, and he too starts to voice a prayer and say, "Mercy upon us." Initially, Stefano says, "He that dies pays all his debts. I defy thee, mercy upon us." So, addressing that invisible spirit, he says that he who dies settles all his debts. Why? Because death is the worst fate that can overtake any man. And therefore, he was not afraid. He would defy whoever it was. But then he starts to feel panicky. He starts to get afraid. And he says, "May God show mercy on him." But soon, Caliban tries to soothe or calm down their fears by saying, "Be not afeard, the isle is full of noises, sounds and sweet airs, that give delight and hurt not. Sometimes 1,000 twangling instruments will hum about mine ears, and sometimes voices that if I then had waked after long sleep will make me sleep again. And then, in dreaming, the clouds methought would open and show riches ready to drop upon me, that when I waked, I cried to dream again." Now Caliban tells them not to be afraid, and he says this island is full of noises, full of sounds, full of sweet melodies. And these are just sources of pleasure and they do not harm. So, first point you will mark, he says, do not be afraid. Second, he says, the isle is full of noises, music, and sweet air. Three words, you will remember all three. So he says this island is full of noises, it is full of sounds, and it is full of sweet melodies. Third point, that give delight and hurt not. And all these sounds, noises, sweet airs, they are only meant to give you pleasure. They are only a source of pleasure. They never hurt you, they never harm you. And then he goes on to describe these sweet noises, these sweet airs, and the sounds that are heard. He says the sounds can vary, they can be of different kinds, like sometimes 1,000 twangling instruments will hum about mine ears. That is, sometimes he would hear 1,000 musical instruments producing various kinds of sound in his ears simultaneously, and sometime voices that if I had waked after long sleep will wake me again. Now, will make me sleep again. Now he says, and sometimes the sounds that he hears are so melodious, are so beautiful, they are so melodious that if he has woken up after a long sleep, even then hearing those beautiful melodies, it will lull him back to sleep. So he says sometimes he hears these sounds which are so melodious that even if he has woken up after a long sleep, even then, hearing this beautiful melody, he is lulled back to sleep. You know what lullaby is? Lullaby makes you go back to sleep. The mother sings a lullaby to make the children sleep. So, this melodious voice playing in his ears makes him feel so sleepy. It lulls him back to sleep, even if he has just woken up after a long nap. And these voices, he says, are so beautiful that then in dreaming the clouds methought means it appears, I think, me think means I think, would open and show riches ready to drop upon me. Now he says when he sleeps under the influence of these beautiful melodies, these voices, he begins to dream that the clouds have burst open and they are revealing their riches which are ready to drop upon him because the heaven seems to be tearing open, dropping all their riches upon Caliban. So he says that the music that is played is so beautiful that after being lulled back to sleep, he begins to daydream, he begins to dream, and it appears to him in his dreams that the clouds apparently have opened up and they are showing, revealing their riches to Caliban. And then the clouds are ready to drop all those riches upon him. That when I waked, I cried to dream again. Now he says that after that long sleep, that dream, even when he wakes up, he starts to weep and he wants to go back to his dreams, go back to his sleep and start to dream afresh. He never wants to get up. So he says that these beautiful music, it lulls him to sleep. He begins to dream. And even after that, when he gets up, actually, he starts to cry. He starts to weep because he wants to go back to his sleep and begins to start dreaming afresh. That is the beautiful soothing effect of this music on Caliban. By saying this, he is trying to prove that all the music that is there on this island, all the noises, all the sounds, all the sweet airs that are there in this island, their sole purpose is to delight and hurt not. That is, the sole purpose of the sounds, melodies on this island is to give pleasure and not to hurt. Now, I will again attach a short video to help you understand the concepts that we have studied today. Rest we will continue in the next video.
I never saw a woman, but only Sycorax, my dam, and she. But she as far surpasseth Sycorax, as greats doth least.
Is it so brave, lass?
Yea, yea, she will become thy bed, I warrant thee, and bring thee forth brave brood.
Monster, I will kill this man. His daughter and I will be king and queen, save our graces, and Trinculo and thyself shall be viceroys. Dost thou like the plot, Trinculo?
Excellent.
I am sorry I beat thee. Give me thy hand. But whilst thou lives, keep a good tongue in thy head.
Thou makest me merry. I am full of pleasure. Let us be jocund. Will you troll the catch you taught me but while
Come on, Trinculo, let us sing. Flautum and scoutum and flautum and scoutum and scoutum and scoutum. Flautum and scoutum and scoutum and scoutum and flautum and scoutum and scoutum and scoutum.
God is free.
What is it saying?
This is the tune of our catch, sung by the picture of nobody. Oh, forgive me my sin.
Mercy upon us.
Art thou feared?
No, monster, not I.
Do not be afeard. The isle is full of noises, sounds, and sweet airs that give delight and hurt not. Sometimes 1,000 twangling instruments will hum about mine ears, and sometimes voices that if I then had waked after long sleep would make me sleep again. And then in dreaming the clouds methought would open and show riches ready to drop upon me, that when I waked I cried to dream again.